Gopal Bhatta Goswami, Radharaman Dev, and also Shrila Madhvendra Puri. So it's very nice to be here. The Bandari family has organized this Radharaman Day appearance day. We are very thankful that you have done this. I'm sure it will give your Guru, our Acharyas, and Radharaman Dev and Girirajji a lot of pleasure. So thank you for organizing this. And without further delay, let us start first with the auspicious Lord Narsingha Dev, the protector of the devotees. So it is said that everybody has all these qualities, the good qualities and the so-called bad qualities in the material world. But everything emanates from Krishna. Everything emanates from Krishna. Srimad Bhagavatam and the Vedanta Sutra, they declare Janmadi Yasya. The very first three words of Srimad Bhagavatam. Janam means the creation. Not only the creation as in the creation of the material world, but the creation of everything. Including the spiritual world, the material world, and everything that exists is all emanating from Krishna. So, one of the qualities is greed. What is it? Greed. Now, greed is a very bad thing if you look at it from the material angle. But our acharyas say that how can you obtain pure bhakti? How can you obtain pure bhakti? Just like when we go to the market, we pay a price. If I have to buy a harmonium, I pay the price and it's mine. If I have to go to India or travel somewhere, I purchase a ticket. So everything has a value or a payment. So what is the payment for pure bhakti? So payment for pure bhakti is lolium. Lolium means greed. And the same greed that is there in this material world is actually emanating from the spiritual sky. But the difference between the greed here and greed there is this greed that we use for our material benefit is for our sense gratification, which will keep us again and again in this material world. Puna puna jananam, puna puna maranam, janani jatare shayanam. Sri Shankaracharya Pad is saying that again, this material world will keep us again being reborn, and will be coming again in the womb of different mothers and again dying according to our karma. But there is a certain greed, that same greed can be applied towards, can become transcendental, divya, when we have that greed. And only greed can purchase pure bhakti. That is the price. Rupa Goswami mentions that. And Bhakti Vinod Thakur, our Gaudiya line acharyas, they explain that. Ekam mulyam, the only price, is lolium. Lolium means greed. So this greed is not only for the devotees, but that greed also arises in the Supreme Lord. Very important to understand this. The greed arises in the Supreme Lord also, because He has it, we have it. Because we are, Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Mamayamsha Jiva Loka Jiva Bhuta Sanatana. The Jivas are his parts and parcels. They are his energy, separated energies. And the part and parcels have the same qualities as the whole. For example, this is a woolen shawl. And if I take a small thread from it, what is the quality of this little thread? Is it cotton? It's wool. It has to be wool because this is a woolen shawl. Similarly, we are part and parcels of the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. And all the qualities that Krishna has, we also have them, but we have them in a very minute quantity. So Krishna also develops this greed. He develops this greed. There are different rasas or mellows. So, What are the different mellows as an example? That there is the mellow of Shantras, neutral relationship, the mellow of Dasyaras, or the relationship of between a master and a servant, the mellow of Sakyaras, of friendship, the mellow of Vatsalyaras, of parenthood, and the mellow of Madhuryaras, which is the love between a lover and a beloved, conjugal love. So, and not only that, these are just some of the rasas, but there is Hasya ras, laughing, and then there is so many rasas. Humor is one of the rasas. One of the rasas is Virya ras. What is it called? Virya. So this Virya ras means the mellow of chivalry, the spirit of fighting. So we also fight, sometimes with each other, with family members, etc. Where does that spirit come from? We are all parts and parcels of Krishna. But we have that, it comes, but our fighting is for our own sense gratification. So Krishna in Vaikuntha, Narayana, desired to fight. But nobody wanted to fight with Narayana because he is the Supreme Lord. So who will fight with the master? Thinking that they will offend the master. Vaikuntha rasa is like a majority is Dasya ras. And a servant is always very humble. He will never raise his even voice against the master. What to talk about fighting? Right? So, if Krishna or Narayana if he has that desire to fight, how will he fulfill that desire? So, in order to fulfill that desire, he arranged for a very special Leela. His gatekeepers in Vaikuntha, Jai and Vijay, through the Kumaras, they were cursed. And they had to take birth as 3 different avatars. So the first avatar was Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu, the 2 brothers, Jai and Vijay, got that. And then in the next, and this was in one of the Satya Yugas. And then in the Treta Yuga, these both Jai and Vijay came as Ravan and Kumbhakarna. And then in the Dwapar Yuga, they came as Shishupal and Dantavakra. So all these Leela was because Krishna desired to fight. And he needed an adversary. So Krishna killed Hiranyaksha in the form of a boar, Sukur. Keshavadrita Sukura Rupa Jai Jagadish Hare. And then, as the 4th avatar, he came as Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare. Narahari means half man, half lion. So, Lord Narsingha Dev or Krishna desired to fight. And he had a reason. And of course, whenever he comes with multifarious reasons, not just for one reason. He also comes, especially in this case, he came to protect his devotee, Prahlad. And he came as a very special avatar, unheard of, never ever even thought of. So as it goes, it is said that Hiranyakashipu became extremely powerful. He had actually committed to himself to great heavy austerities, tapasya. And he had done so much tapasya that he stopped eating food, he stopped even taking air. At one point he even, got so emacipated that his bones started showing and he sat on the Mandarachal mountain. And then the ants covered his body. And then he still held his pran. That is the yogi. Some of these demons had very great yogic powers. And he still had his pran. His pran had not gone out. And Lord Brahma, the creator, he appeared and says, okay, tell me, stop, what do you want? So he said, Brahma, I want to become immortal. I want to become immortal. So Lord Brahma said, that's not possible. Because I am immortal also. Although I live in the highest Swargaloka, known as the Brahmalok or Satyalok, my lifespan is trillions of years of human earthly years. But at the end, I also die. Krishna says that's the quality of the material world. Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadi. Birth, death, old age and disease. Dukkha dosha anudarshanam. One should see the defects in these four. Then and only then, we will be able to try to find a solution. So Brahma says that's not possible. So, being a demon, demoniac intelligences like this, that somehow the others circumvent. So he said, okay, Brahmaji, no problem. Give me the benediction that I will never die by any human being. Brahmaji said, Tathastu. I will not die by any animal. Tathastu. I will not die inside my palace. Tathastu. Outside my palace. Tathastu. I will not die in the sky. Tathastu. I will not die by any other entity like a Rakshasa, Kinnara, Kimpurusha, Apsara, so many different varieties of Devi Devtas and human forms. Tathastu. I will not die with any living object or any dead object. Tathastu. I will not die in water. Tathastu. I will not die in land. Tathastu. Like that he goes, I will not die in the day. Tathastu. I will not die at night. Tathastu. And he covered all the bases like that. Brahma giving that benediction, giving that Ashirvad. So then, as soon as Brahma said Tathastu, he became so obnoxious and he got all this power that he created havoc in this Tribhuvan, these three sections of the material world. What is Tribhuvan? In the middle, that is where we are, which is called Prithvi, Earth, earthly planets. And then there are 6 heavenly planets and 7 hellish planets. So 7 and 6 is 13 plus 1 in the middle, 14. It is also known as Chauda Bhuvan. This comprises one Brahman, and then like that there are millions and millions of Brahmans in Krishna's material creation, which only comprises 25% of his creation. 75% is spiritual or Vaikuntha Loka. Can you believe that we are just minorities? And we are just a small speck. Now, even within that, we all have this tendency of Hiranyakashipu. We want to lord it over. We want control. So as soon as Hiranyakashipu got that, he started misusing his yogic power. And he started harassing all devotees. Anybody who said the name of Hari, anybody who is a devotee. In Sanskrit, devotees are also known as Suras. What? Sura. And the demoniac personalities are known as Asura. Rakshasas, Asura. So the Suras are those personalities who Dharmantu Sakshat Bhagavad Pranitam, who follow Dharma, who follow the desire of Krishna. So all the different Devi Devtas who are living in the heavenly planets, they are Suras. And he started bothering them, including he started giving so much trouble that they all left their places and started hiding. Anytime Hiranyakashipu even laughed. And he raised his eyebrows. 7th canto Srimad Bhagavatam. They started shivering. Now what? What is going to happen now? And they would immediately leave their palaces and take into hiding. So like that he became so demoniac. Now it so happened that this great demon, Daitya Raj, Hiranyakashipu, was about to give birth to a son. Kayadu, his wife, was pregnant. And the Devi Devtas, Indra, and all the other demigods, they knew that there is a son being born to this great demon. So they said, Father is such a demoniac personality. What do you think is going to happen if the son is going to born? It will be double the strength. In Hindi we say, Baap sher hai to beta sawa sher. So they were very scared. So Indra of the demigods, they made a plan that why not kidnap Kayadu, Hiranyakashipu's wife, and then kill her. That way the son will also be killed. Na rahega baas, na bajegi bansuri. Translation. And if there is no bamboo, then there will be no flute. So kill the flute, the bamboo. So there will be no question of a flute. Right? So then when they kidnapped, immediately Naradji appeared. And he said, stop please. You're committing a big sin. Number one, first of all, you're kidnapping a pregnant woman. That doesn't give you as suras, as Devi Devtas, Shobha nahi deta. It does not suit you. And secondly, you don't have to, they explain, oh, you don't know Naradji. You are Trikaldarshi. Don't you see? She's pregnant with another demon. Naradji said, no worries. He's not a demon, he's a great devotee. I can tell you. So, it is said that how did Prahlad, being a demoniac's father and mother's son in the womb, how could he be a devotee? So, in Hari Bhakti Vilas, compiled by Gopal Bhatta Goswami, it is mentioned that in his last life, Prahlad had a girlfriend. And they were going on a picnic. And they found a secluded place in the jungle. There were ruins, khandir. And what they decided is to have a nice time. So they cleaned up that khandir, this ruins, and then they started setting up their picnic paraphernalia. And then, sometimes as usual, start a fight. So they start a fight. And they fought so much that they did not even talk to each other, and they even did not eat or drink anything. They did not even eat or drink anything until the next day. And guess what happened? Hari Bhakti Vilas says that just because they did that, it happened to be in some Satya Yuga, it was Narsingha Chaturdasi. And those ruins, those khandir, the ruins was actually an old temple of Lord Narsingha Dev. So knowingly or unknowingly, they did some seva. And knowingly or unknowingly, or because of the fight, they did not eat or drink. So they did Nirjala Narsingha Chaturdasi. And that is the reason, the fruit of that is, that personality became the great devotee of Lord Narsingha Dev. This is explained in the Hari Bhakti Vilas written by Gopal Bhatta Goswami. So, and then, listening to Naradji, the Suras or the Devi Devtas, they surrendered. Yes, as you say, my dear Naradji. And Naradji said, come my dear Kayadu, my daughter, I will take you to my ashram. And there, Naradji instructs every day. She is listening to Harikatha from a great pure devotee like Naradji. And that is the reason why in the Vedic Sanskriti or in the Vedic culture, when the woman is pregnant, they do Garbhadhan Sanskar. What is Garbhadhan Sanskar? It is those sanskaras where, nice auspicious activities and shlokas and hymns and sound vibration goes in a ear so that the baby, the outcome will be a nice child, a devotee. It is so scientific. So hearing of the holy names, the pregnant woman should always constantly hear the holy names, chant the holy names, hear Harikatha. And the result will be amazing. Even though born in a demoniac father, what was the result? Because of two things, the seva that he did in his last life, and because the kripa of a Mahabhagavat, like Narad Muni, hearing from the pure source, became a pure devotee. And as soon as he was born, and as soon as he was a young boy, and he was put into school by his father, and he told the teachers, hey, make sure they become good demons. Give them the training of all that vidya, or avidya rather, so that they can become rakshasas and nice rakshasas. And if he doesn't become a nice rakshasa, I will cut your heads off. So two teachers, Sandarbha and Amarka. These two teachers were very scared. And they tried to give all kinds of different demoniac tuition to this Prahlad, but Prahlad was already a devotee, and as a matter of fact, he started preaching to the rest of his classmates about Sri Hari. He started preaching about Krishna to everyone else, and those classmates were impressed, and he was giving wonderful instructions. 6th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, 7th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam is full of these wonderful instructions of Sri Prahlad Maharaj, which all of us should read and we should try to follow. It is one of the most important instructions for sadhaks. What is a sadhak? There are two kinds of devotees. Sadhak means one who is a practicing devotee and is a Vaidhi Bhakti. It is called Vaidhi Bhakti. Vaidhi means according to rules and regulations, we must follow Bhakti. And then once we do that properly, by the mercy of the Guru and Acharyas, the doors to a very special realm will open, known as Rag Bhakti or Ragatmika Bhakti, or the Bhakti of the pure devotees of Vraja. We cannot circumvent that. If somebody thinks that we can circumvent Vaidhi Bhakti and jump straight into imitating the Vrajvasis of Vraj Bhakti, we will fall flat. And that our Acharyas have warned, it is called Sahajya Bhakti. What is it called? Sahaj. In Hindi we say the word Sahaj means very casual. When we take something very lightly. The loving affairs of the Madhurya Ras of Radha and Krishna are not so light. The affairs of Krishna and the gopis is not so light. It is not so easy to understand. We will commit great offenses. That is the reason why Srila Prabhupada has instructed, don't jump into the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, because the 10th canto is the actual, the sweetness of Krishna and the pastimes of Krishna will be understood once we gradually pass through the Vaidhi Bhakti, where the first 9 cantos describe the Vaibhav, the opulence of Krishna, different avatars, etc. And then we are ready. And especially the Pancha Maharas Adhyayas, the 5 rasa of the rasa dance. Then we are ready. Slowly, slowly. Otherwise, we are simply jumping from one unnecessarily without trying to graduate from the proper source. So Prahlad Maharaj's instructions in the Gaudiya Vaishnavism is very important. Especially Hari Bhakti Vilas, that was actually compiled by 2 great personalities, Sanatana Goswami Pad and Gopal Bhatta Goswami. It is said that not only that they compiled it, but it was the heart and instructions of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and the Kripa that flowed in their hearts. And Gopal Bhatta Goswami was given the opportunity to edit it very nicely. But Sanatana Goswami, being the elder one, he was so kind and so merciful that he actually gave the full, although he had a great contribution, he gave the name as the author of Hari Bhakti Vilas to Gopal Bhatta Goswami. And what is Hari Bhakti Vilas? Hari was very important. See, we are Gaudiya Vaishnavas, we should know. There are so many rituals that we perform. For example, when the child is born, how is the proper Gaudiya Vaishnava principle? How you can do the different sanskaras. When you are ready for Harinam, the Mahamantra that the Guru gives us, how is it supposed to be given? How do you accept the next initiation, which is known as Diksha, the Brahman initiation? How do we give the sannyas? How do we do the Kriya Karam when a sannyasi passes away? How the Samadhi is done? And so many instructions in Vaidhi Bhakti are given without circumventing, so that we become so pakka that when we enter into Rag Bhakti, it will there will be no hindrances. So Hari Bhakti Vilas is full of such instructions compiled by Gopal Bhatta Goswami. And Prahlad Maharaj's teachings and such teachings come into play. So Prahlad Maharaj gives wonderful instructions. He told his one of the important instructions that I remember is Komaram Acharat Pragya Dharman Bhagavad Iha Durlabham manushya deha tadapi arthadam adhruvam. He says one should take to Krishna consciousness, Bhagavad Bhakti, from Komar age, from the age of 4 and 5 years. Komaram acharat pragyaha dharman bhagavatiya. We should take to this Krishna consciousness to the Bhagavad Dharma. Why? Because durlabham manushya deha, this human form of life is extremely rare. So somebody can say, okay, it's rare, but it is only temporary. What's the big deal? But Prahlad Maharaj says, tadapi arthadam adhruvam. Although it is adhruva. Adhruva means permanent and adhruva means impermanent. Although the human life is impermanent, you can achieve the highest, which is arthadam. Also Prahlad Maharaj says, na te vidu swartha gatim hi Vishnu. People don't know in general that your swartha, we use this word swartha, the primary meaning of swartha means, swa means self, the soul, and artha means the topmost destination or goal of the soul is Krishna Bhakti. That is called swa-artha. Sometimes we use this, or mostly we use it, I use it as a translation as selfish. When somebody is very greedy, swarthi hai, we say in Hindi, or he wants everything. There's a small cake on the table and he will take 5 pieces and nobody else gets it at the end. Very swarthi person. Some people we see, they will pack a lot of lunch and take it, and there are so many people still standing in line and there is no prasadam. So swarthi, just for me. But in the transcendental self, swa-artha means, what is my real wellness, which is Krishna. So people don't know. Prahlad Maharaj says, na te vidu. They do not know that the real swa-artha is Krishna. Na te vidu swa-artha gatim Vishnu. The ultimate destination is Vishnu or Krishna. Andayata andai upaniyamana. The blind are leading the blind today. So when a blind leads another blind person, what happens? Both are going to fall in the ditch. And that is the situation in Kali Yuga. So many people will come to you and give you different solutions. People will pay for money for mantras, for tantras, for yantras, and so many things, trying to, mitigate their miseries. It's not possible. Krishna Bhakti is the only thing that will save us from all miseries, and it will save us from stopping it from, and permanent miseries will be completely stopped because of Krishna Bhakti. So wonderful instructions Prahlad Maharaj gives. So when that report came to Hiranyakashipu, the Prahlad Maharaj, he actually told his son, my dear son, come here, beta. And he puts him on his lap, like a very nice father, and smells his head with Vatsalya Ras. And says, my dear boy, what have you learned in your school? Please give me a report. So Prahlad Maharaj starts preaching to Hiranyakashipu about Sri Hari. And he says, Hiranyakashipu, don't you know how powerful I am? He says, yes. And he addresses Hiranyakashipu as, oh, best of the demons. He addresses, yes, I know where your power is coming from. The same power that is coming in me is coming, your power is also coming from the same source, from Sri Hari. And to that he got extremely angry. So then he said, go back. And he called Sundararamarka, the teachers, teach him properly, otherwise if they don't, then I'm going to kill you. I really mean it. And then both the teachers are folding hands. Prahlad, please save us, stop preaching about Krishna and learn some demoniac activities that your father wants to. But Prahlad did not relent. That is Prahlad Bhakti. Some of the most important highlights of Prahlad's Bhakti is Nauda Bhakti. We all have heard. What are the 9 processes of devotional service? Shravan, hearing, Kirtan, glorifying. Shravana, Kirtana, Smarana, remembering always Krishna, Sri Hari. Pada Sevana, always serving the lotus feet of Krishna. Sakhyam, becoming a friend of Krishna. Atma Nivedan, surrendering everything to Krishna. Shravana, Kirtana, Smarana, Vandana, always offering Danvats, Pranams, obeisances to Krishna. Shravana, Kirtana, Smarana, Vandana, Pada Sevana, Dasyare, becoming a servant of Krishna. Pujana, offering different upchars, doing puja of Krishna. Sakhi Jana, considering Krishna as the friend, Atma Nivedana, and offering everything that you have. Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, Manasa Deha Giha Jo Kichu Mor, Arpilu Tuva Pade Nanda Kishore. Manasa, my heart, my mind. Deha, my body. Jo Kichu Mor, whatever I have, I offer it to you, O young son of Nanda Maharaj, Nanda Kishore. That is called Atma Nivedana. When we do bhakti, what are we doing? We have some reservations. We give Krishna not even a fraction of the fraction sometimes of what we are even earning. But let's be honest to ourselves. Not only that, okay, money is one thing, but we don't even give enough time or seva for Krishna's service. Forget seva. We don't even give a little time to come to the temple or programs that are being regularly conducted in whatever city we are. We always have some excuse. आज इधर जाना है, आज उधर जाना है, आज इसका बर्थडे है, आज उसका वेडिंग है, आज उसका ऐसा है, आज उसका ऐसा है, आज बारिश है, आज स्नो है, आज ड्राइविंग करने को मन नहीं कर रहा है. You guys understood, right?
Yeah.
No, you did not. Excuses, excuses, excuses galore. We have excuses. We don't even want to give our time. Actually, time is Krishna. Kalo asmi. And if we don't give time, time will take us out. Which is Krishna. It's for our own benefit. Today it's snowing, today it's raining, today it's too sunny, it's very hot. Sometimes. I'm admitting. So the point being, wonderful instructions, Nauda Bhakti. So when he did all this, suddenly the teachers gave up and said, Sir, we cannot tutor your child. He is beyond our control. So then he said, look, Prahlad, father now instead of sitting him on the lap, catches his neck. Prahlad, you stop this Sri Hari business or I will have you killed. So he said, Sri Hari, whatever his desire is. Okay, fine, done deal. Calls his soldiers. And so many different torture chambers were applied on Prahlad, pushing him from a mountain. Sri Hari, when he was pushed, nothing happened. Tried to crush him under the elephant. Sri Hari, nothing happened. The elephant's foot fell like a nice cushion. He was pushed into a dark well full of venomous snakes. Sri Hari will protect me. And Hari protected. Nothing happened. The snakes didn't even bite him. So many different ways. When he was unable to kill him, the news came. Then Hiranyakashipu said, oh, I have a sister, Holika. She's very powerful. She has a boon that fire cannot touch her. So he says, Bua, bete ki Bua, the ant. She says, why don't you take Prahlad in your lap and make a big bonfire and you enter in it and Prahlad will burn to ashes, but you have a boon that you will never be touched by any flames. So this auntie listened to the wicked brother Hiranyakashipu, sat him in his lap and a huge bonfire was set and she entered into it and Prahlad said, Sri Hari. And what happened? She got burnt to ashes and Prahlad came out. That is why we, in the Sanatana Dharma, into brackets Hinduism, we celebrate Holi. The bonfire represents Holika being burnt, the bad qualities being burnt, and Prahlad protected by Krishna. So all this happened. Now Hiranyakashipu feels that I have tried everything. I think I'll have to take care of this myself now. I'm a very powerful demon. So he decides to kill Prahlad. So it is sometime around 12 p.m. And Prahlad Maharaj is being showered with a lot of anger of Hiranyakashipu. And Hiranyakashipu stands up from his throne and looks at him. Be ready to die. Let me see if your Sri Hari is going to protect you. Sri Hari, my Vishnu, is everywhere. He will indeed protect me. Oh yeah, he's everywhere. So the word Vishnu, what does Vishnu mean? It's a Sanskrit word. If you translate it into English, means all pervading. जहाँ सब जगह मौजूद है, सर्वव्यापी, उसको बोलते हैं विष्णु. One who is present everywhere. In English we call it omnipresent. One of the three qualities of God, even the Christians, they say omnipresent, omnipotent, and omniscient. He is fully cognizant. He knows everything. He is present everywhere, omnipresent, and he is omnipotent. He's got many energies. Right? So, that is the definition of God. Very rightful. So he said, yes, he's everywhere. So there's a nice pillar right where he was standing. Is your Sri Hari in this pillar also? He says, yes, he's everywhere. Okay, so let me combat your Sri Hari, let me finish him. And Hiranyakashipu takes a very big weapon that he has and he strikes that pillar. And as soon as that pillar is stricken, there is an unbelievable sound that comes from the pillar and it actually echoes into the higher realm of the Swargaloka, of the heavenly planets, and everybody is shivering, including the Devi Devtas. And Hiranyakashipu, never scared of anything, suddenly he felt, what is going on? I've never heard such a sound. Tumultuous. And out comes a personality that he was so shocked that it knocked his socks off. He had never seen anything. Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadish Tavakara Kamala Varena Kham Adbhuta Shringam Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanu Bringam Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadish Hare. We sing these prayers. Devotees sing these prayers. We have to know the meaning behind it. We sing them every day. This personality came out. And at first, he could not even figure out what is going on. Half lion, raging, half man, with many hands, with weapons in his hands. And he comes out and immediately picks a fight. And Hiranyakashipu then composes himself because he is the greatest Rakshasa. He feels that it doesn't give him the proper countenance if he becomes scared or he shows he's scared, so he starts a fight. And they keep fighting. It's amazing. Lord Narsingha appeared at about 12 noon. And Lord Narsingha, who had that greed of Virya Ras, he wanted to fight. So the chance was there. So he did not kill him immediately. He did not kill Hiranyakashipu immediately. Almost 6.5 hours they fought. Different weapons. And then Hiranyakashipu had all his different Rakshasas that they were watching. And just like a Hindi Bollywood film, Ruk jao, tum batana abhi. Main hu na, I'm still there. Let me fight. I'll see who this Sri Hari is. And he keeps fighting. And Sri Hari is enjoying the different weapons that were being used. Sri Hari is thinking that I have not used them in a long time. It's a great opportunity. So, Narsingha, if you see, he's got so many different weapons in his hand. He's got a sword, he's got that mace, and he's got that chakra. And by the way, it is said that while protecting his devotee, how does Narsingha, what is the manifestation of Narsingha? He actually, this avatar comes from the original sources from Krishna's Sudarshan Chakra. Krishna's Sudarshan Chakra always protects devotees like Amrish Maharaj. He was protected. So actually Narsingha Bhagwan is an avatar that emanates from Krishna's Sudarshan Chakra itself to come and protect his pure devotee Prahlad. So they fight. And then fighting, Krishna looks, oh, okay, now it's twilight. It's not day, not day night. So he takes him fighting to the threshold of his palace. Narsingha Bhagwan. And then as soon as he sees that the sun is about to set, it is not day, it is not night, and he goes to a very strategic point of the palace, not inside the palace, not outside the palace, right on the threshold. And immediately he grabs Hiranyakashipu and sits him on his lap and within a split of a second, with his sharp nails, tears him. Tavakara Kamala Vare Nakam. Narsingha Bhagwan's hands are like lotus-like hands for the devotee. And he's got Shilatanka Nakalai. Shilatanka means like stone, like chisels. That sharp his nails are. Tavakara Kamala Vare Nakam Adbhuta Shringa. Oh, amazing. Never seen an avatar like this. Never seen an entity like this. Adbhut. For the devotee, it's amazing. Dalita Hiranyakashipu, how? Tanu Bringa. Bringa means a very, very small fruit fly. Have you seen a very pakka or a very, very ripened banana or a mango or a fruit? And that attracts very, very small insects. The fly. They're even smaller than the regular fly and the mosquito. And if you try to remove them, they will die. They are so that was the position of Hiranyakashipu. He was killed just like a little insect. Tanu bring down. Just like a little insect. So, Krishna is so kind. Brahma is his devotee. Although he may have some Mishra Bhakti, mixed devotion, but he had given this benediction. His words were there. There's a song in Hindi that says, Prabal prem ke pale padkar Prabhu ko niyam badalte dekha Prabhu ko niyam badalte dekha Apna maan tale tal jaye Bhakt ka maan na talte dekha Bhakt ka maan na talte dekha. Out of pure love for his devotee, Krishna is also known as Bhakta Vatsala. He changes the rules of the game if he has to, out of pure love. And in spite of sometimes his dignity and honor can be questioned. Krishna, he sometimes lies. Sometimes he does so many things just to save the honor of his devotee. Bhakta Vatsala Krishna. So this Bhakta Vatsala Krishna, Narsingha, he kept Brahma's words, not in the palace, not outside the palace, on the threshold. Not in land on water, not in the sky, right on the laps. Not by any weapon. He did not kill him with any weapon. He killed him with his nails. Not with anything dead or alive. Nails and hair are two things on a human body, or any body, that are considered either they're not dead nor alive, classified. See how smart Krishna is? Like that, Krishna found the perfect opportunity, not at day, nor at night, etc., nor by any human being. He did not take a human form, he did not take an animal form. Keshava Dhrita Narahari Rupa. Nor man nor animal, half man, half lion. So that was not one of the conditions that he had put. He could not even think. So he got killed by such a personality. And from then on, Narsingha Bhagwan became the protector of the devotees. And that is why Prahlad's bhakti, Prahlad's faith, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, and in Hari Bhakti Vilas again, Gopal Bhatta Goswami describes there are 6 different limbs of surrender or Sharanagati. What are they? Dainya, humility, Atma Nivedan, full surrender, Gotrite Varan, Krishna is my provider, not my degree, not my money. Gotrite Varan. Avashya Rakshibe Krishna Vishwasa Paran, Prahlad Maharaj's faith. I have full faith that Krishna will certainly protect me. Avashya Rakshibe Krishna. Bhakti Anukulya Karya Kare Jo Svikar. One should always perform activities that are conducive to devotional service. And Bhakti Pratikula Bhav Varjanangika. Whatever is not conducive to Bhakti, one should reject. So, kind of surrender, the kind of faith that Krishna will always protect me. So that's what Prahlad Maharaj displayed, and that is what he's teaching us, along with so many philosophical conclusions that are there in the 7th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. So it's so nice. Prahlad Maharaj ki Narsingha Dev Bhagwan ki. So, this was the brief katha of Srimad Bhagavatam, 7th canto, 6th canto of Prahlad Maharaj, Narsingha Dev Bhagwan. And now, today is the 477th birthday of Radharaman Dev. Bolo Radharaman Lal ki. 477th birthday. So before I go into the appearance of Radharaman, I have to glorify his wonderful devotee Gopal Bhatta Goswami. Srinivasa Acharya, he composes a wonderful Shada Goswami Astakam. Vande Rupa Sanatana Raghujugo Shri Jiva Gopalako Krishna Kirtana Ganara Tanapano Premamritambo Nidhi Dhira Dhira Jana Priya Priya Karo Nirmatsaro Pujito Vande Rupa Sanatana Raghujugo Shri Jiv Gopalako Shada Goswami Thakuro ki Gopal Bhatta Goswami ki. So Gopal Bhatta Goswami, he appeared in South India, in Rangashetra, in the year 1503. And he appeared to a Sri Sampradaya Vaishnava Brahman known as Venkat Bhatt. And Venkat Bhatt had two other brothers. Venkat Bhatt was the youngest. The first brother, the oldest one, was Trimulla Bhatt, Tirumalla. And the second one was Prabodhananda Saraswati Pad. And the third, Sri Venkat Bhatt. So they were very good devotees in the Sri Sampradaya. Vaishnava Sampradayas have four bona fide Sampradayas. Sri Sampradaya means Lakshmi Devi. The Sampradaya of Vaishnavas that came from Mother Lakshmi. The second one is Rudra Sampradaya. The Sampradaya that came from Lord Shiva himself. The third one is known as the Kumar Sampradaya that came from the four Kumars. And the fourth one being from Lord Brahma. So we as ISKCON followers and even the Radharaman Parivar, we belong to the Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya. From Lord Brahma, we are from that Sampradaya. But all these four Sampradayas are bona fide and well recognized. So Sri Sampradaya is the main Acharya of Sri Sampradaya is Ramanujacharya. And who is Ramanujacharya? Ramanujacharya is Lord Balram. He is actually Lakshman. Ram Anuja. Ram means Lord Ramachandra. Anuj means Chota, the younger one. So it is Lakshman who incarnated as Ramanujacharya. And their bhakti is very pakka. In South India, if you go, the pronunciations of the Vedic hymns, they are so amazing. And the way they actually, they do their puja of Vaikuntha Adipati, of the predominating deity of Vaikuntha, Narayana. It's amazing. It's a perfect discipline and perfect awe and reverence. So these three brothers were of the Sri Sampradaya. So it so happened, after Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took sannyas, after he took sannyas, he, at the age of 24, he took sannyas. Then he started traveling all over India. And he went to Dakshin Bharat, South India. And when he went to South India, he actually, at that time, had gone to the temple of Rangadevji, Rangji, in Sri Rangashetra. And when he went there, when he saw the deities of Rangji, he was mesmerized. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu taught so many things. Although he is Krishna, in the mood of Srimati Radharani, which is the highest of the pinnacle of Madhurya Rasa, he displayed Pakka Vaidhi Bhakti. He did not cross over and immediately open the doors for Madhurya Rasa. He personally was so strict about it that he chanted the holy names. He not only that, he worshipped the different deities that were there of Vaikuntha, as meaning Narayana, etc. And even he paid his respects to the different Devi Devatas, including Lord Shiva and Lord and Durga Devi, etc., wherever he went, and including Lord Narsingha. So he came to a place known as Jiyad Narsingha, by the area by Godavari river, and then later on he stayed there for some time, and then he met Rai Ramananda on the banks of the Godavari, and then he further continued to South India. And when he went to the Ranji Mandir, the famous Brahma Samhita that we are singing, especially in Yagyas and the Australia, was actually manifest to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He said, dig in that place, and he found the 5th chapter of Brahma Samhita. Brahma Samhita has 100 chapters. But only chapter number 5, the Brahma Samhita that we have today, is chapter 5, which is very relevant to the Golok Bhakti. So the rest of the 99 chapters, Mahaprabhu did not manifest. So when he went to Rangji temple, there's also a Rangji temple in Vrindavan, very huge. Beautiful temple. I don't know if how many of you have attended. It is right between Gopinath Bazaar and that bus stand. If you go there, beautiful, huge temple, South Indian, Gopuram, it's there, the Rangji temple. So when he went there, he started dancing in ecstasy, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And when he started dancing in ecstasy, Sri Venkat Bhatt was present. And he saw that the crowd was actually following Mahaprabhu, and it was kind of somehow inhibiting his dance, his ecstasy. So Venkat Bhatt, he actually became like the bouncer, and he kept everybody behind. He says, please, 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 let him dance. Let this wonderful sannyasi dance. And he was so effulgent, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And after dancing, he actually swooned. And then he got up and started dancing. Now it so happened at that time, it was the Chaturmas, or the 4 months of the rainy season. And generally sadhus, when they are traveling, they stay wherever they are in that particular village or town whenever the Chaturmas starts. They don't travel during the rainy season. So Venkat Bhatt, seeing this wonderful effulgent personality, he says, Prabhu, Maharaj, please come and grace our home. And please stay here for this Chaturmas. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, seeing the purity and the love that was projected by Sri Venkat Bhatt, he agreed. And Venkat Bhatt made amazing arrangement of a very special room on the banks of the Kaveri river. And when he came home, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he saw a very beautiful boy, only 8 years old. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu visited Venkat Bhatt in 1511. And this 8-year-old boy had beautiful lotus petal eyes. And he was amazing. He knew the Vedic hymns and everything by heart. Because his uncle, Prabodhananda Saraswati, was a Pakka Acharya in the Vedic hymns and everything that was in the Vedic knowledge of Sri Sampradaya. So he already knew all the slokas and everything that were being taught. And when Mahaprabhu came, Mahaprabhu showed some very special affection. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he used to take prasad, he used to sit Gopal, the little boy, Gopal Bhatta, on his lap and feed him his own remnants, his own Mahaprasad with his own hands to Gopal Bhatta, to Gopal. And Gopal used to serve Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to go take a bath in the Kaveri, little Gopal used to go behind and carry Mahaprabhu's clothes. He would carry Mahaprabhu's kopin. And Mahaprabhu was so pleased with him. Within the first month of the Chaturya Mas, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu converted the Sri Sampradaya Vaishnavas into Gaudiya Vaishnavas. And the specialty of Gaudiya Vaishnavas is what? We should know. specialty of Gaudiya Vaishnavas is Radha Dasyam. Very important. The Madhurya Ras of Radha and Krishna, the mellow, the conjugal mellow. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was such a fantastic preacher. He was so humorous. He never hurt anybody. He wanted to give the highest concept of theism to the Sri Sampradaya Pakka Vaishnavas. He wanted to give them because of their seva. Very important. When we serve a Mahabhagavat, when we serve with our heart, then that kripa flows. And that special kripa of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu flowed, and he converted them into Gaudiya Vaishnavas. He would tell Venkat Bhatt, Venkat, tell me, your Sri, meaning Lakshmi Devi, she is so chaste to Lord Narayana. Mahaprabhu would smile in a very, very amazing way. He would preach. Then why is she hankering after Yashodanandan, Nandanandan in Vrindavan? Why does he want this boy in Vrindavan, this Nanda Kishore? Why does she desire? Tell me. So Venkat Bhatt said, there is no difference between Krishna and my Lord Narayana. But maybe you can tell me. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then explains the different avatars, etc., and how they emanate. And then he said that she did not get entrance into Vrindavan because she did not want to give up her opulence of Vaikuntha, and she did not want to give up her Lakshmi Devi's body. Whereas the Upanishads or the Shrutis, they were so surrendered and they followed in the footsteps of the gopis. Therefore, the Upanishads got the body of the gopis and they were given entrance into Sri Vraj. It is said the Upanishads personified, they became gopis in Madhurya Ras. So that is the reason. So she held back. Very important. There is some very important philosophy. What is the difference? There are many types of Krishna. We have discussed this before. But we are only concerned on Gaudiya Vaishnavas with the son of Nanda Maharaj. Yashodanandan, Radharaman, Gopinath. They are concerned with him only. It's a very deep philosophy, not very easily understood, but I will try because this is such a wonderful day today. Trying to highlight the teachings of the Acharyas is very important. Dwarkadish Krishna, in Dwarka, there's a difference between Vrajendranandan Krishna and Dwarkadish Krishna. There's a difference between the queens of Dwarka and the Vraj Gopis. Big difference. Just to make it very short and sweet, are we saying that Satyabhama, Rukmini Devi, Jamvati, all these personalities, they're not dedicated to Krishna in Dwarka? Yes, they are very dedicated. Yes, they love Krishna. Yes, they are in Madhurya Ras, but not as sweet as the Ras in Vraj. What is the reason? Our Acharyas explain so nicely. 16,108 wives of Krishna in Dwarka, with 16,108 palaces, with each of them 10 sons and 1 daughter. So 11 children of each queen Krishna had. So with these 11 children, the love of the queens of Dwarka was distributed with Dwarkadish and 11 other parts. Now, are we saying in Vraj Gopis they didn't have children? They didn't have husbands? Yes, they did have husbands. Yes, they had children. But when Krishna called, they dropped everything. Exclusive prema for Krishna. In the Gopi Geet, it is mentioned that we dropped our husbands, we dropped our children, we dropped everything and we came to you, Krishna. Exclusive prema for Krishna. That is the difference between Dwarka and between Vrindavan. Between Dwarka and Vrindavan, that is the difference. So, Gopal Bhatta Goswami and his family, were given this very special kripa by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Mahaprabhu converts them. And when Prabodhananda Saraswati Pad got converted to Gaudiya Vaishnavism, he understood the essence of Mahaprabhu's teachings, and he composed the highest literature glorifying Srimati Radharani Radha Rasa Sudhanidhi and Vrindavan Mahima Amrita that explains the sweetness and the pinnacle of the love of Radharani and how important Radharani is. Krishna is secondary there. Radha Dasyam is primary. So when 4 months were up, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was ready to leave. Gopal cried, "Please stay a little bit more. Mahaprabhu, please stay a little bit more." And Mahaprabhu complied, "Okay, a few more days." So he stayed a few more days just out of love for Gopal. And then when again he was ready to leave, Gopal said, "I'm going to go with you." And Mahaprabhu said, "No, Gopal, you have to take care of your parents. You have to, your father, Venkat Bhatt, is your Siksha Guru. So you have to take care of him. And when the time is right, then you go to Vrindavan." Chaitanya Mahaprabhu instructed Gopal Bhatt. And Gopal, reluctantly, a little boy still, he lets Mahaprabhu go. And then, several years later, when Gopal's father, Venkat Bhatt, and mother pass away, Prabodhananda Saraswati Pad, he goes to Vrindavan. And Gopal now has followed Mahaprabhu's instructions. And he is on his way to Vrindavan. Now there are two different versions, but the essence is the same. Some say that while he was on his way to Vrindavan, he had gone to the Himalayas. Probably he lost his way or whatever, or he had gone to a tirtha all over. And when he went to the tirtha, he had actually, in the Himalayas, there's a place in Nepal, there's a Gandaki river. And in Gandaki river, just like any holy rivers where sadhus, the devotees always take a bath. And Gopal had become completely renounced at that point. All he had is kamandal and maybe a pair of clothes. So when he went into the river and he started taking a bath, and while taking a bath, he took the kamandal and he started bathing. In the kamandal, 12 shaligrams entered. So he very gently put his forehead to the shaligrams and then put them back into the river. And it happened several times. Every time he dipped his kamandal, these 12 shaligrams followed inside. Now the shaligram is actually Vishnu. The Shrila, it's only found in the Gandaki river. Any shaligram of Vishnu, and there are different types of shaligrams. There is Narsingha shaligram. Looking at the shaligram, you can see the sharp teeth of Narsingha Dev. There is Damodar shaligram. You can see so different. There is Kurma shaligram. You can see the different forms like the tortoise avatar, etc. A different type of shaligram. So these 12 shaligrams entered several times. So then he thought that this must be the will of Mahaprabhu. And he took those shaligrams with him, tied it to his gatri on his upper cloth, and took him wherever he went. And he started offering tulsi and started doing his puja. Finally, when he reached Vrindavan, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had already told Rupa and Sanatana Goswami that somebody like your younger brother is coming. Please take care of him. And in Gopal Bhatta Goswami, when he comes to Sri Vrindavan Dham, he was greeted by Rupa and Sanatana Goswami. They were very happy and very pleased. And then they saw the 12 Shaligram Shrilas, and they also offered their obeisances. And it is said that Gopal Bhatta Goswami, he settled around Nidhivan in the area of Seva Kunja, where today this place is known as Radharaman Ghera. So, just by Nidhivan in Seva Kunj, there was a banyan tree, a peepal tree, and he used to sleep there, and he used to do his puja of the Shaligram Seva with the Jamuna water and Tulsi. Now, it so happened that it was Narsingha Chaturdasi 477 years ago. And it is said that one great, very, very rich merchant Vaishnava had come, and he was giving donations to the Goswamis and many devotees in Vrindavan, giving wonderful ornaments, wonderful dresses, silken cloths, etc. to the devotees for their deities. So Gopal Bhatta Goswami, when he came and he gave him, he says, I have no use of this, I have only Shaligram. But that Vaishnava was so insistent that Swamiji, Maharajji, please keep this. It is my desire, you will make me happy. I'm giving it to everyone. So just to make him happy, Gopal Bhatta Goswami kept the silken cloths and the different wonderful ornaments. And on this Narsingha Chaturdasi, while he was worshipping his shaligrams, Gopal Bhatta Goswami was thinking of Narsingha, Krishna, you are so kind that just by the desire of your devotee Prahlad, you appeared from a pillar. I wish I could worship you like the other Goswamis and have a nice form of yourself to worship. So he in his mind is thinking of the Leela of Narsingha and his kindness and how he appeared. By the way, I forgot one more important point. Narsingha Bhagwan, when he was actually, after he killed Hiranyakashipu, he was so angry. Actually, while killing him, he was at his highest anger. And that is why he is known as Ugra Narsingha. There are different kinds of Narsingha. And nobody dared go close to Narsingha Dev. The Devi Devata said, Lakshmi Devi, you go. Lakshmi says, Nara Baba, I'm not going close to him, not with this kind of anger on him. So all the Devi Devatas, they backed off. So then they said, okay, we have an idea. Brahma says, Prahlad, why don't you go? So that famous picture of Prahlad with that garland, you see, is there to pacify Lord Narsingha. So Prahlad is not scared. He is always happy. So he goes forward, he garlands Lord Narsingha, and the moment he garlands Narsingha Dev becomes very pacified. And then there is another picture of Narsingha Dev where he looks at him so sweetly like that and he's sitting on his lap, Prahlad. You have seen that picture of Narsingha Dev? So he is in that Vatsalya Ras. So from that point, because of that greed, talking about greed, which one is it? Yeah. So you can find that. Narsingha Dev also, Krishna developed that Vatsalya Ras, that he also wanted that parental love, to give that love to Prahlad. And he also wanted to feel that how Prahlad is feeling. So from after Narsingha Avatar, which is the fourth avatar, he always accepted father and mother. Previous to that, there was no father-mother. In the previous four avatars, Keshavadrita Meena Sharira. Meena Sharira means Krishna appeared as a fish. No father-mother. Keshavadrita Kurma Sharira Jai Jagadisha Hare. No father-mother. Right? Like that. And what is the third of that? I forgot. Correct. So, he wanted to also be treated like a nice baby, and also wanted to relish. So that greed was there of Vatsalya Ras. So that's why he started accepting parents after Narsingha Avatar. I forgot to mention that point. And also I wanted to say, coming back to Gopal Bhatta Goswami, thinking about the love that he had showered. So when he was thinking while doing this seva about the Shaligram Shrila, he was crying and he was thinking, I wish I could serve you nicely. And then on Narsingha Chaturdasi night, he went to sleep. And the next morning, when he opened his basket, lo and behold, there were 11 shaligrams and a beautiful Tribhanga Lalitam, a nice three-band form of Krishna, Shyam Sundar. Bolo Radharaman Lal Ki. This beauty of Radharaman, actually, this Radharaman was not given, the name was not given by Gopal Bhatta Goswami. As soon as the three-band form appeared, he started looking at the Shaligram Shilas. 11. One is missing. Which one is that? So that was the Damodar Shila. And the features of Radharaman Dev, amazing. Rupa Sanatana Goswami and the other Varishta Vaishnavas, the great Vaishnavas of Braj, they all gathered and they saw and they were in ecstasy. And when they were in ecstasy, tears rolled. Gopal Bhatta Goswami, you are such a great personality. Your devotion converted a Shaligram to this wonderful three-band form. Rupa and Sanatan were in tears. They hugged Gopal Bhatta Goswami again and again. And they said, his name will be Radharaman. Sanatan Goswami gave that name because he was the topmost of the six Vaishnavas, the six Goswamis. Now why did he give the name Radharaman? It's very interesting. First of all, he has got the most beautiful three-band form. Shyamam Tribanga Lalitam Niyata Prakasham Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. That is the Golok Vrindavan Krishna, the youthful boy of Nanda Maharaj, who is Shyamam, who is blackish, Tribhanga Lalitam, bent in three places. And Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami said, look at the features of this wonderful deity. His lotus feet are like Madan Mohan. So, Madan Mohan ji had manifested to Sanatana Goswami. His chest, his vaksha, is like Govindev ji. Govindev ji had manifested to Rupa Goswami. And his Mukha Chandra Chakor, his beautiful face, is like Gopinath, which had manifested to Madhu Pandit. So when one takes darshan of Radharaman, they take darshan of all these three deities. Madan Mohan ji, Govindev ji, and Gopinath ji. And these three deities have a very important place in Gaudiya Vaishnavism. Why? Madan Mohan ji is the deity of Sambandha, relationship. Unless and until we build a relationship with someone, we cannot love that person. In our day-to-day life, we know that supposing, very simple example, like a boy and a girl need to get married. So what do the parents do? Especially the arranged marriage system, which was considered amazing. Or it is still, I'm hoping so. Anyways, or even if there's no arranged marriage, what do the boys and girls do? They meet, they try to know about each other. And the more they know about each other, the more they fall in love. Right? Like, what does he like to eat? What does he like? What is his taste of clothes, his colors, etc., etc. So many different nuances are there. Or what does she like, etc., etc. So the more information we gather, then we fall in love. Of course, with the good qualities. It can also work the otherwise. If you hear about somebody who's really nasty, then you'll stay away from that person. So similarly, we have to, in order to fall in love, Prabhupada said, everybody fears God in all the different faiths, including Hinduism or Sanatana Dharma. Bhagwan se daro, bachpan se yahi sikhaya gaya hai. From childhood we have been taught, fear God. But Prabhupada said, why fear God? Why don't you become God-loving? Big difference. This is Gaudiya Vaishnavism, the Tattva. Love of Godhead. That is Mahaprabhu's right. That is Mahaprabhu's kripa. Prem, Krishna Prem. So, first Madan Mohanji, one who worships Madan Mohanji, one who takes darshan of Madan Mohanji. When we go to Vrindavan, we should first go take darshan. If we are taking in the temples darshans, after taking the permission of Gopeshwar Mahadev, taking his blessings of Shivji, who is the Kshetrapal, go to Madan Mohan. Because that will give you your Sambandha Gyan with Krishna. Ishvara Parama Krishna, Satchitananda Vigraha, Anadiradir Govinda, Sarva Karana Karanam. Ekla Ishvara Krishna, Arsha Britta. That Sambandha. Krishna is the Ishvara, he is the supreme controller. That Sambandha, and then slowly he will open up that Sambandha of that particular rasa, especially in the Gaudiya Vaishnavism, which is the Madhurya rasa. Then you go and take darshan of Govindev ji. Govindev ji is the deity of Abhidhyay. Abhidhyay means the process. We take the blessings of the process of bhakti, as given in the Hari Bhakti Vilas. The process of bhakti, following the rules and regulations, that is given by the blessings of Govindev ji. And then, when that happens, Gopinath ji manifests, and he is the Acharya of Prayojan, he is the deity of Prayojan. Prayojan means the final goal we will achieve. Krishna Prem in Madhurya Ras. Gopinath. Gopinath has wonderful meanings, couple meanings. Gopinath means the Nath of the gopis. But another meaning, deeper meaning that our Acharya, Rasik Acharya has called, the Nath of the gopis is Gopinath, but gopis are the Nath. They make the Krishna dance. The gopis are the masters. Nath means master. So that is revealed through Gopinath ji. And when we take the darshan of Radharaman ji, all three are present: Sambandha, Abhidya and Prayojan. So beautiful. So if one takes darshan of Radharaman Dev is so beautiful. If you see his features, he is so naughty, he is so sweet, and he's got, sometimes if you take he smiles slightly, you can see one or two teeth. Sometimes when he is very happy or angry, like Narsingha Dev. Because he appeared kind of right after Narsingha Dev, he also has the teeth, sharp teeth like Narsingha Dev. Ugram Viram Mahavishnu Jalantam Sarvato Mukham Narsingham Vishnam Bhadram Mrityu Namamiyam. There we go, see right there. Sometimes we see he's angry, if he's not very happy with the seva, or there is some kind of mistake made in seva that it doesn't make him happy, he'll show his anger. It's amazing. Chandan Gosai one time was saying that, they were trying to dress him and put a crown on his head. It took him an hour and a half to put it. He would just reject it. It would keep falling. Then finally they prayed, Baba, what do you want? And then they put another crown and then he was satisfied. So, he's very tricky. This boy in Raj, and not only that, he is a living deity. It is said that he's got real, like the teeth, like nails. One time it is said in the Radharaman Parivar, one of the kids of the pujaris took one stick and was just playing with the deity and he put it in the ear of the deity. And when he took it out, there was blood on it. There was such a big offense because, of the offense that it hurt. Maybe Radharani did not like it. So in Radharaman temple, there is no Radharani as such. There is, but there is none. No deity. So Radharani is in the form of Nam. Radha Nam, she is present, and it is said that there is a seat of Radharani like a chakra. She is present in that form. And that is why. And why the name Radharaman? So I was explaining about that. So the word Radharaman. So Radha is Radharani, and Raman means one who gives pleasure to Radharani. And that pleasure is the highest form of pleasure during the rasa dance, and also right after the rasa dance, when Krishna takes Radharani's hands and goes into the jungle, leaving all the other gopis behind. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, they have explained in the Gopi Geet, prior to the Gopi Geet, also, that this special gopi, the gopis are saying, there is one special gopi, they don't use the name Radha. This one special gopi Krishna has favored and taken her, away into the jungle to sport with her, to give her pleasure. And then they are describing the footprints. There are two footprints. And then there is the footprints of Krishna that with the toe are pressed even more deeper. So these gopis are following those footsteps. Oh, this is the place where Krishna must have tried to make Radharani happy by reaching out to a flower on his toes, trying to catch a flower. So like that, they're reading the footsteps. And then later on, they see only one set of footsteps. And Krishna they deduce that Radharani must be tired, and she must have told Krishna, can you carry me please? So Krishna has carried his only one set of footprints. So then, during that wonderful event of this exchange of Madhurya Ras, especially with Srimati Radharani, Krishna suddenly disappears also from there, from the presence of Radharani. So Radharani laments. I forget the whole verse, but I remember partially. Hanatha Ramana Preshtaha Kwasi Kwasi Mahabhuja. Hanath, oh my master. Ramana, she calls her Krishna Raman. One who gives me so much pleasure. Where are you? Kwa Asi. Mahabhuja. Mahabhuja means you have such wonderful strong arms. Have you seen the arms of Radharaman? When they are exposed, you should see. Amazing. He's got a patli kamar, very, very thin waist. But if you look at his chest and if you look at his arms, Mahabhuja. Radharani calls her Mahabhuja. And so Radharaman is a very special name of Krishna that actually entails this particular pastime and perhaps so many similar pastimes with Srimati Radharani in special seclusion, exclusive in Madhurya Ras at its highest pinnacle. That is why it's known as Radharaman. And that is the reason, I don't know, I don't have much time. I am so absorbed, I would say, by the mercy of the Acharyas and all you Vaishnavas. When we chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. What does the Mahamantra mean? This Hare Krishna Mahamantra is not something that was just recent or within the last 500 years or 1000 years. It is there since time immemorial. There's a conversation between Brahmaji and Naradji in the Kali Shantarana Upanishad, which is in some Satya Yuga. And this Mahamantra has been chanted by different devotees, even Narayana devotees, even Vishnu devotees. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. That's how the Mahamantra was. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. So what does it mean? So Hare or Hara means the energy of Krishna, and primarily the energy depending on the bhav of the devotee. So the Sri Sampradayas, they are thinking of Lakshmi Devi in the word Hare. And Krishna means that Narayana who is all attractive. And Ram perhaps also has different meanings in their mantra depending on the consciousness. That is why Prabhupada said Krishna consciousness, a very important word. What is your consciousness? The mantras can be the same, but what is your consciousness as a devotee? Please try to understand this concept. Very important. So Ram means it could be Lord Ramachandra. Ram could also mean Balram. And so many different Vaikuntha Adipatis, Narayanas, etc. And they are calling out to them so that they can receive their mercy. So it has been there since time immemorial. But what is so special and how deep is the meaning of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra when it comes to us Gaudiya Vaishnavas? Itself on this we can do a 7-day class just on the Mahamantra. A seminar. It is so deep. But the essence being, when we say Hare, what does it mean? We are actually addressing not only Radharani, we are addressing all the Radha Dasyam devotees, Gopis and Manjaris. That is why it's so important. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu mentioned Nam Akari Bahuda Nija Sarva Shaktis, Nija, my own energies. So all the gopis headed by Srimati Radharani, all the Manjaris. Gopal Bhatta Goswami is the Manjari, Guna Manjari. There are actually Ashta Sakhis. Who are they? Anita Mata. Krishna, Radharani की अष्ट सखी कौन कौन है? बताइए, किसके किसके नाम मालूम है? No. किसने चंद्रवाली का नाम लिया? Out. ललिता, विशाखा, सुलेखा, एक करके रंगदेवी, सुदेवी, चंपकलता, तुंगविद्या और एक इंदुलेखा. एक. So please, प्रेम से, such a wonderful occasion. ओ चंद्रवाली का नाम लेंगे तो गौड़ीय वैष्णव आपको बोलेंगे डोर दैट वे. वो दैट्स अनदर डे टॉपिक. हाँ. She's the group of Radharani. So, Ashta Sakhi, the 8 dearmost friends of Srimati Radharani. But there are also Ashta Manjaris of Radha. So who are they? Rupa Manjari, Rupa Goswami. Lavanga Manjari, Sanatan Goswami. Guna Manjari, of course. Gopal Bhatta Goswami. Raghunath Bhatta Goswami, Rasa Manjari. Raghunath Das Goswami, Rati Manjari. Jiva Goswami, Vilas Manjari. Loknath Goswami, Manjulali Manjari. Or Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, Kasturi Manjari. These are 8 principal Manjaris of Sri Radha. And the position of Manjaris is even higher than the Ashta Sakhis. Arey Baba, kitna batayenge? Where, what shall I say in such a short time? Talking about Guna Manjari, she is 13 years, 1 month and 27 days old. Kitna? 13 years, 1 month, 27 days. Rupa Manjari is eternally 13 months and 13 years and 6 months. Lavanga Manjari is Sanatana Goswami, who is 13 years, 6 months and 1 day. So all these Manjaris are generally right around 13 years old. Jiva Goswami, Vilas Manjari, is 12 years, 11 months and 27 days. So these Manjaris are very special. And then, of course, there are other Manjaris who assist these Ashta Manjaris. Especially Guna Manjari, she is adored by Rupa Goswami or Rupa Manjari. She is adored. Her goal is to satisfy Rupa Manjari. And actually, all the Manjaris are there. The chief Manjari is Rupa Manjari. Rupa Manjari is the main. So even within our Acharyas, Prabhupada did not reveal his position. But his Gurudev Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Thakur is Nayana Manjari. Nayana Manjari. His favorite song is Shri Rupa Manjari Pada Shai Mora Sampada. Shri Rupa Manjari Pada Shai Mora Sampada. Shai Mora Jivana Pujana. Shai Mora Jivana Pujana. This is the last bhajan that he heard when he was leaving his body. Please sing this bhajan. He asked one of his disciples, senior God brothers of Srila Prabhupada, His Holiness Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Maharaj. And when he sang this song, he left his body. So Rupa Manjari has a very special position. Gopal Bhatta Goswami, Guna Manjari is a very special sevika. Then, Gaur Kishodas Babaji Maharaj, in our lineage, is also Guna Manjari. An incarnation related to Gopal Bhatta Goswami. And then, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he is Kamla Manjari. Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj is Rasik Manjari. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur Pad is Vinod Manjari. So all these Manjaris have a very special place in the Seva of Radharani. They are primarily the difference between the gopis. Some gopis are Krishna Paksha, they are Radha Paksha, Radha Krishna Paksha, they are Sama. They are equal to both. But some gopis are only more inclined towards Radharani. And Manjaris are only inclined to Radharani. They are not inclined towards Krishna. Krishna, you are our friend as long as my Radha is happy. And one of the important things between the gopis and the Manjaris, the difference is that sometimes by the instructions of Srimati Radharani, Krishna actually enjoys with the gopis. Radharani is very happy to push Lalita, Vishakha to have a special meeting with Krishna. And Krishna also relishes that. But Manjaris don't even think, even in their slightest dream, to enjoy Krishna. And Radharani is exclusively the enjoyer of Krishna. That is the difference of the Manjari. And Manjari's position is so high, so high that Krishna sometimes falls at the lotus feet of Manjaris. Go tell your Radha I'm here. Radha says, no, I don't want to see him. That rascal is late. I'm waiting for the last 3 hours. He's not here. Tell that Sham Sundar Kaluta that his heart is also black and he is also black. I don't want to see him. Then the Manjaris go to Radha. And Manjaris, they convince Radha. The Manjaris are always eager for the union of Radha Krishna. That is their bhav. But even in separation, they have a very special bhav. Especially they feel the separation of Krishna for Radha. That bhav is, how must my Radha be feeling? Even when they are feeling separation of Krishna, they are feeling, just like, sometimes, I'll give you a very simple example. Somebody dies in the family. Say a very good friend loses somebody. So, we say, I understand how you feel. We say that, we try to. So same way that feeling of separation that Radharani feels, the Manjaris also feel something similar in that case. So, Guna Manjari actually was a disciple of his own uncle, Prabodhananda Saraswati Bhat. And he was so fortunate that he got all the Rasika nuances and the Rasik Radha Dasyam because of Prabodhananda Saraswati Bhat. And Prabodhananda Saraswati Bhat is Tunga Vidya Sakhi herself, one of the principal Ashta Sakhis. And Gopal Bhatta Goswami initiated a disciple or two, many disciples actually. Some of the primary disciples are Srinivasacharya, the one who composed Vande Rupa Sanatana Raghu Jugo. Srinivasacharya, who is Mani Manjari, Srinivasacharya. And also, not only that, while Gopal Bhatta Goswami was traveling in India, he came across a place, I think, known as Saharanpur. And there he met a Brahmin. And that Brahmin served Gopal Bhatta Goswami very nicely. So he did not have any children, this Brahmin. So Gopal Bhatta Goswami blessed him that you will have children. So when he gave that blessings, that Brahmin said, Maharaj, when I get my firstborn son, I will send you in your seva. So later on, 10 years later in Vrindavan, Gopal Bhatta Goswami was sitting in Seva Kunj, serving Radharaman. And at that time, a young boy came and Gopal offered obeisances to Gopal Bhatta Goswami. And Gopal Bhatta Goswami, when he saw him, he says, who are you, my dear boy? He says, I am Gopinath. You met my father so many years ago and he promised that I will serve you. So I am here to serve you. So then he became Gopinath Gosai, or Gopinath, he remained Brahmachari throughout his life. And Radharaman was served by Gopinath Brahmachari, Gopinath Gosai. And then Gopinath Gosai, being a Brahmachari, being a great devotee initiated by Gopal Bhatta Goswami, he later on, came in contact with another great devotee whose name is Damodar Das. And Damodar Das was a Grihastha. And Damodar Das Gosai was initiated in the Gopal Bhatta Goswami Sampradaya. And through him, the entire Radharaman Parivar emanated. Because he was a Grihastha, then his brothers, his nephews, and then like that. So like that, today we have, for example, Padmanath Goswami is one of the senior from the Radharaman Parivar, and his son, Chatan Gosai, Mataji's guru. So, they came in this lineage. In the Radharaman temple also, it is said that there is an Akhanda fire in the kitchen. That fire was initially started, they say, or the cause was out of pure devotion started by Gopal Bhatta Goswami. If you go behind today's Radharaman's altar, the kitchen is there, and that's actually where the mandir was before. Radharaman was actually presiding there, and there was a small kitchen. And the fire was there, and then from that fire is Akhanda. From that time, 450 odd years plus, that fire is still going on today. And in that kitchen, no electricity is used, no gas is being used, and the cooks use that akhanda fire that is always fed by wood only. And they use it for cooking of Radharaman, bhoga, and they use also to light Radharaman's arti. So the Radharaman Sampradaya tilak is the dark black straight line that comes from the offering of the arti, and the black remnants that are left in the arti, the ashes becomes their tilak. So in one sense, Gopal Bhatta Goswami left a wonderful inheritance for all the followers of Radharaman with his blessings, the Akhanda Jyot that was started by him. And the prasadam is amazing. In Radharaman temple, the best part is the small earthen pots with the mawa. Everybody gets that. It's amazing. That mawa is amazing if you have it. And all the different festivals, all the Gaudiya Vaishnava festivals are very nicely done in the temple. Water fountains, water sprays during the season of the hot season. And then so many different, Radharaman always, he wants to get off his altar and come outside to give darshan to his devotees. So many times in a year he comes out just to give. And the different alankaras are there. It's amazing. When you go to Radharaman temple, you enter the Radharaman Ghera, you walk through, be careful of the monkeys. They may steal your glasses, they may take away all these things. And as soon as you enter on the left, don't forget to offer obeisances to Gopal Bhatta Goswami's Samadhi. Wonderful Samadhi there. Dedicated Vaishnavas. Even the previous pujaris are also, they have a Samadhi Mandir in that Ghera. And right next to the Samadhi is the actual Prakatya, the tree where Radharaman appeared to Gopal Bhatta Goswami. Every day when the bhoga is offered, it's offered to Radharaman, and then it goes straight to Gopal Bhatta Goswami. And then everybody gets the Maha of Gopal Bhatta Goswami. That's the proper system that they have established. And in the Radharaman temple, the prasadam, if anybody's had actual prasadam, the entire plate, it's amazing. The way they make it is so delicious. Sometimes, the devotees get a chance to go into the kitchen area where the courtyard is, and then they sit down and they have their prasad. When you enter inside, there is one chokidar. Actually, there is a nice water pump, and most of the Rajvasis, they take that water and they purify themselves with the water pump, sprinkle a few drops of water, and then you go, and there is a chokidar with a stick, ready. Chappal utar dena, bhulna, with socks, especially. So some of the Western devotees, they take out the chappal and shoes, but they forget the socks. So they immediately catch the socks. They know. So much nice seva they're doing. And when you enter inside, there we can hear Trinath Prabhu singing wonderful stutis. And then you have so many other devotees. Which other do you remember? Tarun Krishna Prabhu. And then at night, especially when Radharamanji is enjoying his bhoga, wonderful Puri, Kachori, Halwa, and so many wonderful songs they sing just to make for the pleasure of Radharaman. And just when Radharaman is ready to go to sleep and the last arti is happening, what is his name? I forget. That Prabhu who is in the Radharaman, he plays the flute.
Only flute.
Only flute. Everybody is silent. All kirtan stops. And beautiful flute. Radharaman is going to go to sleep with the wonderful sound of the flute. So this is Radharaman. Bolo Radharaman Lal Ki. So many wonderful things are there. I still have 7 more minutes. Jitu Prabhu has put the clock here for me. In big fonts. So I don't miss it. So I will use the last 7 minutes to glorify Madhvendra Puri Pal. Haribol, kitchen mein thoda shant rakhe. Still we are not done. Haribol. So who is Madhvendra Puri Pal? We are Gaudiya Vaishnavas, we should know. See, unless and until we develop...
Guruji's Guru.
This is mine.
No, this is the flute.
This is the flute. Haribol.
Ishwar Puri Pal's Guru.
Jai Ho. By the way, these are the most favorite of his ankle tatters. He always likes to wear those. Yes, so every evening when this Prabhu who is in Radharaman Parivar, he plays the flute before Lord Radharaman goes to sleep. So, unless and until we develop love for the pure devotees of Krishna, we cannot expect to come into that inner circle. Please remember this. We have to love them, we have to know them. If we know them, Radharani will favor us certainly. So Madhvendra Puripad was this great Vaishnava personality who had actually come to Govardhan. And in Govardhan, he had a very special vow known as Ayachak Vritti. Yachak means to ask, and Ayachak means not to ask. He never asked for any prasadam, he never asked anything. If somebody gave something, voluntarily he would take it. And if he did not get anything, he would sleep hungry. Mataji, मुझे 5 minutes दे दो. Let me glorify Madhvendra Puripad. Hari Bol. I'm only trying to give everybody the love of the acharyas, if I can. So he had this Ayachak Vritti. Yachak means to ask and Ayachak means not to ask. He never asked anything in alms. Money out of question. Not even food. Sometimes he never got anything, he would sleep hungry. Such a great personality, so much renunciation. So one time while he was in Govindkund, his Baithak is even there today, his Bhajan Sthali. He was looking at Giriraj Govardhan and he came across a very beautiful young boy, a coward boy, and he brought him some milk. He says, Baba, please have this milk. So Madhvendra Puripad saw that boy and he was just mesmerized. And he says, how do you know? Well, the boy said, nobody goes hungry in my town. So Madhvendra Puripad said, how do you know I was hungry? Oh, those ladies there, they saw you. You've been sitting there for all day and you haven't eaten anything or you haven't drunk anything. So these matas, they sent you this milk. Please have this milk and then later on I will take my utensil, the pot, have it. So Madhvendra Puripad took the nectarian milk and then he washed the pot and then he was looking, where is that boy? Where is that boy? Where is that coward boy? And he did not come. And he was constantly thinking. And then at night he went to sleep by Govardhan Govindkund. And in his dream, that same boy who had given him milk, Krishna, Gopal, he appeared. And he said, Madhvendra, I am buried here in this part of Govardhan near Govindkund for many years. I am in these bushes. One of the pujaris who was serving me ran away because of the atrocities of the Mughals, because of the Muslim tyrants. And he hid me there. Please take me out. And then the next day, Madhvendra Puripad, he told the Vrajvasis, come. And also, that Gopal said, take me out and take me on top and build a temple on Govardhan and worship me. So next day he took the Vrajvasis and lo and behold, exactly on the same spot that he had got the dream, that he had dreamt of, beautiful deity of Gopal was there. And with a lot of joy, there was huge celebration, and on top of the hill, he built a very simple temple altar with stone slab, and there they installed Gopal, and then they did Abhishek from the Jamuna waters, that they came all the way from Vrindavan, and Radha Kund, and Shyam Kund, and Mansi Ganga, all the waters that were brought, and Abhishek was performed, and then there was a special festival known as Annakutta. And they offered, the Brajvasis brought laddus and pedas and mohandar and barfi and chapatis and puris and so many items. They made a big hill and nice worship was done. At one time, after the worship and everything was established, Madhvendra Puripad, again he came in his dream, Gopal, and said, I'm very hot, Gopal, Madhvendra. please, bring me some chandan. Some nice chandan from the best places in Malaya Hills, in Orissa. And Madhvendra Puripad was very old. But to fulfill the desire of Gopal, he took a padiyatra, he started walking. And then he went into different parts, and one of the parts of Orissa is Yamuna, where he saw the beautiful deity of Gopinath. Yes. And there the kheer was very famous. Very, very, very famous kheer. And then when he was taking the prasad, he just remembered suddenly that, I have ayachak vritti. His goal was so that he could kind of figure out the recipe and offer it to his Gopal in Govardhan. But then he slowly moved out of the line and he just went to sleep in the village of Remuna under the tree. And at night, suddenly the pujari in the middle of the night was woken up in a dream. He said, hey, one of my devotees, Madhvendra, has come here and he did not take the kheer. And I have the kheer that you put in front of me, I have stolen it for him. You'll find it behind me. Take it and find him and give it to him. So Pujari took a quick bath, went into the temple, he opened it up and lo and behold, the katori, the bowl was gone. And then when he went behind, he saw. And then immediately started shouting, who is Madhvendra? Who is Madhvendra? Madhvendra, Madhvendra. And he went in the night and Madhvendra Puripad, he heard the sound and yes, I am Madhvendra. And he offered his prostrated obeisances. Oh my God, Gopinath stole kheer for you. Please have this, please have this, please have this. And then Madhvendra Puripad was in ecstasy, in tears, and then immediately he had that kheer. And not only he had the kheer, he broke that earthen pot into small pieces. He tied it into his cloth, and every day he used to take a little small piece of that earthen pot and have it as prasad. That is why that Gopinath of Remuna is known as Kheer Chor Gopinath. Oh, Kheer Chor Gopinath ki! Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was so fond of telling these pastimes of Madhvendra Puri because he is Param Guru. Madhvendra Puripad was the Guru of Advaita Acharya. Yes. Nityananda Prabhu used to consider him as a Siksha Guru. And other great personalities like Paramanand Puri was his disciple. Pundrika Vidyanidhi was his disciple. Ishwar Puripad was his disciple. And Ishwar Puripad was the Guru of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was so amazingly proud of mentioning the pastimes of Madhvendra Puri. Like this great personality, Madhvendra Puri's today is his appearance. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was very fond of one particular shloka of Madhvendra Puripad where it revealed the mood of Srimati Radharani. Before Madhvendra Puripad had taken actually initiation in the Sampradaya of Madhvacharya. Lakshmipati Tirtha, who was a disciple of Madhvacharya. And prior to that, there was no Krishna Prem in Madhurya Ras that was revealed openly. And Madhvendra Puripad he opened the doors. Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Bhaktisiddhanta Prabhupada says, he opened the doors to the Madhurya Ras of Krishna Prema. And that is the reason Madhvendra Puripad is considered our wonderful Acharya and Chaitanya Mahaprabhus to revere him. One more thing, this Gopal that I was talking about is none other than Srinath Ji. Actually, he was taken from there, from Govardhan to Kamyavan, and from Kamyavan he was taken to Jaipur because of the attack of the Mughals. And from Jaipur, he was taken, he was taken to Nathdwara. And today, these deities are being worshipped. Actually, there's a on Govardhan, and then it was worshipped by the Bengalis, the Gaudiya Vaishnavas. So one time, there's some transcendental jealousy in one sense. So the Vallabh Sampradaya, the deities, the Vallabh Sampradaya, they are predominantly in Vatsalya Ras. Gopal deity, if you look at him, he's got his finger like this up. He's the 7-year-old Giridhari. He's 7 years old. So they have this bhava of Vatsalya Ras. All the Pushti Margis. And they were so much in love with that deity that they wanted seva. So what they did one time, they burned the huts of these Gaudiya Vaishnava pujaris while they were doing seva. And then as soon as that happened, they heard about their huts being burned, they dropped their seva and they ran to save their belongings. So then immediately this Pushti Margi says, aha, see, they are attached to their material belongings and they left the seva of Gopal. So they don't deserve to serve. So from that day onwards, they took over the seva. And till today, the Pushti Margis have that seva of Gopalji. And they are amazing. Their seva is so amazing that they have really kept him happy. He doesn't want to leave Nathdwara. Actually, it is said that he is so much attached to that seva. You see that diamond there? It is said that Aurangzeb tried to steal that diamond. It is so big. It's a huge Kohinoor. Huge, really big piece. And this is the richest temple in India, the Nathdwara temple. We are talking about even in terms of dollars and pounds. There is no comparison. And the devotees have so much faith, especially the Pushti Margis, when they come, they give so much in donation. There when you go, Madhvendra Puri Pad's deities are served very nicely. And they are amazing deities.
More than Tirupati?
More than Tirupati.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Ambanis are all full.
They tried to make a big temple. The temple is small. And they wanted to, they are donors, the Ambanis and all, they wanted, but they cannot because there is a very special window. And Srinathji has to have the darshan of the Dhruv Tara. Dhruv Maharaj is eternally present in the Dhruv star, the North Pole. So, if they have to make a bigger temple, that means they have to break that area and then Srinathji won't get the darshan. So that is the reason. And the crowds are amazing. People line up into the streets. They overflow. But everybody gets darshan. But it is still a very small hall if you really compare. It's probably half the size of our Toronto Mandir, the hall of Srinathji. So it's amazing. So Madhvendra Puri Pad ki, Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Samprada Acharya Guruvar ki, Gaur Premanande, Radharaman Lal ki. Hare Krishna. One last thing, Prabhupada used to always glorify the Radharaman Parivar, the devotees, and he said that Radharaman devotees have the highest standard of deity worship. We should learn from them. On the Radharaman devotees, on the altar, there is, I forgot to mention, there is a very special seat of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. It is known as the Pat, or in Bengali it is known as Hoki. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's kopin, his garment, is also present that the pujaris worship. And also they have a Gunja Mala. The Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had given. Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami had gone to Jagannath Puri. And Gopal Bhatta Goswami wanted to go to Puri, but Mahaprabhu's instruction was to stay in Vraj. So he did not leave Vrindavan. But when Rupa and Sanatana came back, Mahaprabhu gave these 3 items. So what does those 3 items indicate? Number 1, that Gunja Mala indicates that serve and decorate Radharamanji very nicely. And you see the decoration of Radharamanji is Adbhut. It's amazing. Every day there is a different dress. Second, the seat or the platform of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is there. What does that indicate? That indicates that please have the highest order of renunciation. Have the highest order of renunciation and always chant the holy names. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And that is the adhikar of that person. One who follows Mahaprabhu strictly has got that seat. That is the indication. And the third is, this kopin is also meaning that please be renounced, be a Baba. Don't get attracted to material things. This is the meaning of this and this personal item. So Gopal Bhatta Goswami got these things. Sanatana Goswami, Raghunath Das Goswami got the thumbprint of Mahaprabhu on Govardhan Shrila. So wherever Mahaprabhu sees a very special devotee, he gives. Rupa and Sanatana Goswami were given special instructions by Mahaprabhu in Haridwar and in Triveni Sangam. And another special devotee of Mahaprabhu is Srila Prabhupada. Gauravani Pracharine. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave the blessings to Srila Prabhupada to specially preach Gauravani. And he became the commander-in-chief of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's band of Sankirtan. Prithvija ade nagar adi gram sarvatra hoibe naam mor prachar. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said in every town and village, my name will be spread. And Srila Prabhupada was given that blessings to do that. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki. Om Premanande. So what are we doing?
Party.
Aarti.
Okay.